Um, as we can see, I have now successfully mounted this Xpenon in the door. This is just temporary right now. This is just a mock-up for what it needs to be. The door panel itself did pose a couple of problems. One of them is that this driver here, this is our new X69. This is a very deep driver. It is about 3 5/8 or so in depth, which poses a problem. The door window is only 1.5 inches. So I had to do some creative work. I've got a 1/2-inch panel here, plus extensions. As you can see, this is right now it's just extended off the door. I'll have to fill this. I'll use a urethane material, similar to what we make our horns out of. I'll fill this void up and pour it in there. The actual panel itself, I used CA. This is a cyanoacrylic. This is a black rubber toughened type of CA. The advantage to this material is that it flexes, and since I wanted this panel to be as factory looking as possible, it needed to have it flex so that when you take this up and off the door panel and stuff like that, you don't have to worry about it breaking or it being super brittle. Some guys like to build a lot of weight on their door panels. I'm not one of those. I don't like the idea of making my outside door panel extremely heavy. The main reason for that is that it makes, when you mount this thing, you have to really screw it down onto the door or something like that, because if you slam or close, that weight has a lot of motion on it, has energy on it, and so what will end up happening is then you'll slowly but surely break up the door, or something will break in the door, or the Bondo will break loose off the plastic panel, and etc. And in this case, I don't have to worry about it. I'll actually have substrate failure. I'll have plastic failure before this will crack off of this piece of material here. So it's a very well bonded. It's almost like it's bonded directly to the plastic itself, and so we don't have to worry about it. Now, in the door, I'm going to have to do some deadening on this door. I'm not going to do an enormous amount of deadening, because deadening does a job, but it doesn't do the whole job. What I have to do is I have to reinforce the door itself, so simply so that it doesn't flex. This is about 14 gauge steel, and so she's going to move around and bend and twist and stuff. Just heck, moving up and down the window twists and bends this door. So we want to actually reinforce this area, particularly around the speaker area. As you can see, there's a relief on this metal here, and so from here I'm going to probably go from the back side, add in some wood. If I really was a whole lot of fun, and cut most of the door out and then redo it, but I'm just going to right now, I'll probably add some wood or something, just something to add some sort of stiffening to this, and I'll have to add it across the length of it, watching where the scissor mechanism is, probably across the top of the door or something. The preparation of the vinyling has already been started. I'm going to vinyl wrap this entire door skin itself with one piece. This is done because this is a vacuum molded type of plastic. It could be injection molded too. But the catch is that when they're done this way, they already have reliefs built into the plastic. They're turned certain ways so that you can pull it off of the mold. And then that way, if something's done that way, usually it means you can vinyl it. Even this big squared area right here where it drops down and stuff like that has a slight angle to it. It has a slight angle to it right here, and so I'm not worried about this kind of like this big bulge right here. Some people would say, oh my god, you can't vinyl wrap that, but you can actually vinyl wrap this rather very easy. Most of the plastic pieces, like this has a finish cover, that's removable, so that'll be easy to put back on. Do a lot of sanding. This is about 40 grit. I cut this plastic up as much as I possibly can. You want to be able to, you really want to scuff up super hard on your plastic. That way when you put on your contact cement, it'll hold. Some of the lines, like this relief line right here, I'm going to go ahead and leave. That I can vinyl and stuff. But some of the other lines, similar to like this one, it's a very small line. There's just no way that they actually be able to get in there and have it hold. It's just not going to happen. So I'm going to go ahead and fill this in just like I have you seen here. I'll do it on all the doors, and etc. Now the bottom of the door, it has this factory look here. This is just ribbed and everything. That makes it look, just breaks up this area here. So what I'm going to do is I'll do an insert. I'll do an insert on this, but I'm not going to do a flush insert. I'm going to actually let it drop back about 1/8 of an inch or so here, because I want to still have some sort of relief, because this is a large, broad area, and it'll just look very dull, you know, if I don't do a relief of some format. The door itself, like I said, it is ready for vinyling, and that will be the next stage. I'll walk you through all the preparation stages to do something as big as this. One of the things I intend to do once I'm done vinyling, this is a more advanced technique of doing it, I'm going to vacuum bag this whole thing. The reason why I would vacuum bag it after vinyling is that it'll add pressure to all joints. You know, before I cut any of the vinyl and stuff like that, I'll have it. And so, like, this area here will get 14 pounds of pressure, you know, on every square inch of this area. And these, like, small details will show up big time. Like, this detail here will have a very high detail when it's done, because it'll